Welcome to the Scary Spirits Podcast. Please be advised that the presenters may use adult language and or discuss adult situations. This podcast is not intended for younger listeners or those that may be easily offended. So, if you're ready, let's go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Greg.
Hi, I'm Karen.
And welcome to Scary Spirits Reviews, the podcast where we review a film which is now streaming recently or in theaters. So it's a new film, boys and girls, not our usually older films, Karen.
True. That's why we just review them. We don't give everything away.
How are you, Karen?
I'm doing great. How are you, Greg?
I'm fantastic, Karen.
It was a beautiful day. Is that why
was
you're
a beautiful
fantastic?
day. Yeah. Got lots of thirsty work done out in the yard. And boys and girls, if you don't know what that means, if you're new to the podcast, that means Greg was out working in the yard and drank a lot of beer.
Talking about yourself in the third person. Love it.
Karen, what film are we reviewing today?
We're reviewing the 2024 movie Windigo.
2024. So that's, if you're listening to this when it goes live, boys and girls, it is 2024. So it's a newer film.
So why are we reviewing it?
We received an email from a promotional company promoting it and asked us if we would like to review it. And
we love when they do that.
Send us a screener so we can watch it for free, boys and girls.
It makes us feel like we're influencers.
We're
makes
relevant.
My day when we do that.
We're relevant, Karen.
Yes. So we love that shit.
Oh, yeah, we do. All right. The Windigo with two eyes, which is different, I think, but from 2024.
You want a brief summary?
Yes, I would love a brief summary, Karen. Do you have one you could read all of us?
I do.
Go on. Tell us all the story about the Windigo with two eyes.
A Native American teen resurrects an ancient demon to protect his family from meth dealers, but finds the creature's bloodlust uncontrollable, forcing the family to break the curse before becoming its next victims.
Thank you, Karen, for that brief synopsis.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty accurate. I would agree.
Yeah.
First off, Karen, I have to tell you, I probably have more notes about this film than any other film we have ever done.
Wow.
So I don't know if that's me getting better or what at making notes.
Excellent. You can carry this then.
every time something happened that I made lots of notes. So I don't know. Cool. We'll see.
So if you listen to the podcast, the regular podcast, we go scene by scene and talk through the whole movie. We don't do that with reviews.
No, but first we tell what we liked about it and what we didn't like about it, even in the regular podcast.
Yes.
Because we don't want to spoil it if someone doesn't want to hear everything that happens if they haven't seen it. Like if you haven't seen Dracula from 1935 or whatever the hell it was.
1931, I think, or
I
two.
think it's two. Yeah, 32.
Yeah, it's two.
We won't spoil it for you.
You can stop listening.
You can stop listening. But in these review episodes, we do not do that. We just give our impressions and try not to spoil it. Correct? Is that what you're saying?
So
Karen?
These are a bit shorter usually, although Greg has a lot of notes.
We'll see. I do have a lot of notes.
And we don't have a themed drink, which we do in the regular podcast.
We usually do. Yeah, I would like a themed drink for this one, I think.
Yeah, it would. I kind of wish we'd have done this one as a regular one.
Okay. Well, maybe we will someday, Karen. We've already watched it.
Yeah.
All right. Should we start with everything you really enjoyed, Karen?
Well, I'm sure my lists are shorter than yours. But yeah, we can start there.
Tell us everything you really enjoyed or were pleasantly surprised by in this film.
I thought the casting was really good. I like that. It's a small cast, which if you listen to the regular podcast, I do like when I can keep track of everyone.
Yes, I do as well.
I liked the story in that I like to learn. And so learning the folklore a little bit, I enjoyed that part of it.
You're trusting them to give you the folklore as it is.
Even if it's a different interpretation of it, it still gets me interested in finding out more. I like the lighting. It looked like Upper Peninsula, Michigan. I think it was supposed to be that anyway, but it's very gray and dark because it's winter, and that's what winter would look like. And there's also some effective lighting with colors at certain times that I liked a lot. I wouldn't say it's a pretty film, but it's well lit. You kind of get the dreary feeling of winter. You understand where and when it's taking place, which I liked. We might disagree on this, but I liked the Windigo. I thought it was creepy. It looked like it came from nature, which always kind of creeps me out. And I don't know why that's a personal thing for me, but it kind of looked like it could have come right out of the forest and started attacking you. So I really like that. There's gore in it. Some of it's pretty effective, some of it's not, but it's there. I liked that there were strong female characters in it. The main character really is the son, the male in it, but the females surrounding him were all strong. And I liked that about it. There is, of course, sequel potential. It could go on forever. I think that's all I have under what I liked. What about you? What did you like?
So the first thing I wrote was there's some beautiful shots in it. And it is Michigan. It's not the Ooper or the UP or whatever, I don't think. But it could be. I mean, it
I
could
think
be upper.
his police car said Traverse City, I think, on
Okay.
it.
Well, it's Michigan.
It's cold and you felt the cold.
I felt the beginning of it was very suspenseful. And throughout the whole thing, there was lots of suspense in it, which I liked. I also liked the lighting. I made a special note of the blue lighting
Mm-hmm.
at points, which I liked. I enjoyed seeing the family dynamic at play. Basically have a mom,
Single mom.
single mom, daughter, and son, and the grandmother, or it could be great, 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 great grandmother. We don't even
Yes.
know.
Yeah, the family dynamic was good. The siblings looked pretty close in age together, and they were very natural together, the two of them. That's part of the casting, I think, but they would go from bickering to
They,
loving and protecting each
they
other.
seem like siblings.
Yeah.
There were a few startle scares I thought were okay. I loved the folklore that they brought into it. The Native American Ojibwe. That was cool. The Wendigo and also the other effects, scarecrows I made a note of. They were cool. Nice effects in general. Nice practical effects because they were mostly practical, which I liked as well. They didn't have all that CGI bullshit, Karen.
I think they also set the mood nicely so the premise of the family coming from California to check on the grandmother as they drive up, the grandmother's porch is full of dream catchers and all different kinds and styles, and they're obviously homemade. It gives a creep factor, and I don't know if it's because not understanding culture, but there's something about looking at them blowing in the wind a little bit that lets you know something supernatural is afoot. There's a lot of just setting the mood kind of thing. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. There's barns, there's lots of woods. That's always a great place to have a horror film set. Unknown.
I also found it interesting the dichotomy, if you will, Karen, between Christian celebrations and Native American because it's Christmas time when this film is happening, and I'm like, okay, so they still love Christmas even though they're Native American. So
Well, they're only half. They did say that multiple times. He's half.
I mean,
Everybody loves Christmas, Greg. That doesn't mean that you believe in the Christian origins of it. Yeah.
folklore, Karen,
Yes,
Christian
folklore.
folklore.
But the commercialism, you still get everybody still loves Christmas. Not everybody, but you know what I mean. It doesn't mean you have to believe in the folklore to participate.
I did write the acting was okay.
I thought the sister was the best.
Yeah, she's good. So this film went direct to video, and it kind of feels like a direct to video film as far as the acting goes.
Really?
Yeah, a little
I didn't
bit.
think so. I think you could have seen it in a theater. Maybe not now,
Yeah.
but pre-COVID. Like now,
No, not even then. It felt direct to video to me
I don't think
for a
so.
few of them. I mean, sister was the best. I agree. And sister and mom were good. The others, I mean, they were fine, but they weren't
I think it
up to
totally
the
could have been
par
in
of
a
the
theater.
others. But I think I'm moving on to things I didn't like. So I just wrote it was just okay. After the film was over, Karen, I liked the ending credits.
Yeah, the ending credits were good. Usually I don't stay and watch
Yeah.
those, but I did, but they were very creative.
Yeah, I did make a note also. The Windigo costume was very well done. I liked it. And of course, we covered the Windigo on an earlier episode, Karen, like a freaking year ago or something.
Yes, on a cryptid.
Cryptid episode. But they spell it differently in here. They spell it with two I's instead of an E and an I. So I thought was kind of interesting.
Think it's a tribal difference or
Don't
something.
know. I looked it up and it says the Wendigo with two eyes or Wendigo with an E, the supernatural being belonging to the spiritual traditions of the Algonquian speaking First Nations in North America. So I don't know if the Ojibwe are Algonquian speaking, but this is the tribe that they are derived from or
There was a nice little flashback that sort of explained the whole legend, which you talked about when you covered it in the cryptids episode of it was a rough winter, they were starving, and one of the
it's true.
people ate
I hadn't even thought about that until you
of
just
some
mentioned
of
it.
the,
I hadn't even thought about the origins of it.
but
But
we do
yeah,
see a little bit of that.
it's good. It's consistent, right? For the lore. All right, hey, Karen, anything else you really enjoyed?
No, I thought it was good. It held my attention. I wasn't checking the time. It was interesting. I enjoyed it.
All right, anything you didn't particularly enjoy or didn't like?
I think the son in the movie has a tough go. He's got to act out some things that are a little bit crazy. And I think he does okay. But in the family dynamic, he looks like he's having a freaking psychotic break. And everybody just kind of brushes it off like it's no big deal. Kind of. I mean, they take him to the doctor or whatever, but they just let it go. And he does this amazing transformation. They present him as like a wimpy kid, and then all of a sudden he's full of confidence and I don't know, some sort of transition in there. I think the thing that kind of bugged me the most was he is not happy to be there. He is not really interested in his grandmother. The granddaughter, the sister, has a connection with the grandmother right away, is very kind of gentle, listening. And then something happens and the boy wants help from his grandmother and she kind of throws him under the bus. She lets him do all these things without any type of preparation for how to get out of it, what it might mean. She just lets him go in a way that is reckless, I think. It's probably part of the story, but it seemed so abrupt to me that he wasn't really, they didn't have any connection at all. He asks her one night for help and she sends him on this horrific mission without any connection between them, really, trust or whatever. I don't know. It just seemed, that part seemed unbelievable to me. You would think there would be a little training or something. I don't know. And then he does get all this revenge on these meth heads who threatened him, but they don't really do anything to be afforded this revenge. They say they're going to throw him in the well or whatever, but they don't.
Why,
And
Karen? Why didn't
well,
they?
his sister saves him, but
Yes.
nothing happens after that. They do say, we know where you live, but they do never come to the house to really do anything. So it seemed like this huge response to threats, not actual violence. Like if they had hurt his sister or set their house on fire, or I don't know, something worth getting your intestines ripped out for. It just seemed like they were big talker Betty Crocker, and then the Windigo wipes them out. You know what I mean?
They were going to kill him, Karen.
They
That's
said
worth
that
getting your intestines torn out.
they were going to throw him in the well, which his sister could have gotten him out of. I just thought it was disproportional. And the meth head, that's all one. Some the characters are kind of one dimensional. Just a little. The hillbillies or whatever, but that's in. But I still enjoyed it. I just thought that. I think, like I said, the thing that bugged me the most was her giving him this knowledge and power without any preparation whatsoever. It was another drink it all potion.
I have that written down, Karen. Finish it all.
Finish it all. What about you? Are there any things that you didn't like?
Who has a landline, Karen, in 2024? Anyone you know?
There's no service up there, though.
That's true.
There was no cell service, and that does happen.
I don't even believe that, but whatever. So that bothered me.
Plus, she's an old woman. My dad still has a landline.
Okay. I thought the son, Rye, kind of a dick. In the beginning, especially, because that's when I wrote this down. He's kind of a dick.
Well, they present him as a weakling. He's getting picked on at school. So
he's a dick and he's unbelievable in the beginning. The cop as well. Unbelievable.
I've seen him in other things. The cop.
Well, I don't care. He sucked.
No, I'm just saying I was surprised.
Why are we surprised, Karen?
I didn't think there was anyone in this that I would know.
Because it's a low budget thing, you think?
Yeah, but low budget doesn't mean it can't go to the movie theater.
Yeah.
They did a lot with their low budget.
I agree. At one point, they throw a rope down into the well to save one of the crackheads or meth heads, and rope's kind of flimsy. It kind of bothered me a little bit. Didn't enjoy the ending.
There were places
gets on the John Deere.
Yeah, I didn't understand that part. There were pieces of it I didn't understand.
I didn't understand
why they had.
Are they throwing dream catchers on?
Well, it's evils, yes. So they were throwing dream catchers on him because it would catch the evil, and it burned. It burned him.
Spoilers, boys and girls.
Well, it doesn't stop him.
But yeah, I couldn't understand. Okay, what was that? What did they throw on him that was all electrified, and that was the only CGI in it, was the making it luminescent or whatever when they were throwing that shit at him.
I didn't quite understand why the grandmother had to play the role at the end that she did. I think I missed something at some point.
Yes, you did, apparently, because I totally get it.
Well, she said, I'm the last of them, but she's not. That was her line, I'm the last.
But she's the one they want.
But why?
Because
of what her father did?
Boys and girls. Can't say boys and girls. Don't want to spoil it.
Sins of the father?
Yes.
But why her? Why not? What difference does it make? Why wouldn't it be her father? He was taken.
Well, he gone.
Yes.
But she's still there.
But then so are her descendants.
Yeah, but apparently her descendants are mudbloods, to use a Harry Potter term.
All right.
And while we're talking about that, there's this whole thing about Dad. I think Dad might have had substance abuse issues, but they didn't go into it. But that's the kind of feeling I got because they brought it up when talking about the kid.
If I was the parent, I would think he was on drugs 100% from the way he was acting. If he'd never been like that before.
All right. So I think I don't know how far to get into it.
It's hard.
But I think the grandmother is ready to be done.
I agree, but why did she let the grandson do all this? That's why she
brings this on to herself, basically.
She could have done that without allowing him to participate.
She could have, I guess. I don't know. I do have a story about wells, Karen.
Do tell.
So my grandparents and my father grew up on a farm, right? My grandparents had a farm. My father grew up on the farm, and we used to go there every week, right? And I remember my grandmother, like it was yesterday, telling me there were several wells on the farm, right?
Stay away from the wells.
Stay away from the wells. You fall in there, we will never find you.
Oh my gosh.
So of course that came back to me as I was watching this, so I made a note of it.
So you were traumatized, basically.
I know to stay away from big fucking holes in the ground, Karen. I did write that Bree is a badass earlier. Going through my notes here.
That's the sister, yes.
Sister? Yeah, she's a badass.
She is 100%. She's good at everything.
I did find it kind of easy, talking more about things I liked, to put myself in their shoes for whatever reason. I made a note of. And I also made a note that there was a Star Wars reference. Aaron, did you catch it?
Probably not.
When the son says, I'm not afraid. And I think the grandmother says, you will be.
Oh,
When Luke tells Yoda, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Yoda says, you will be.
doesn't he say be you will?
No, he says, you will be. He says it twice. You will be. But it's from The Empire Strikes Back, Karen, the best of the Star Wars films.
Okay.
I did make a note of the words we have to read at the beginning.
Oh, I liked the quote at the beginning. Did you write it down?
I did, if I can read my writing. When an evil is too great for man to judge, the Windigo is called upon. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it was a good beginning.
It was a good beginning. Another thing I wrote, I think the drug, back to things I didn't like. I think the whole drug thing was kind of overhanded. Like trying to beat your head over with the drugs are bad or no,
I don't think
they're
they were
drug
saying they were bad.
dealers.
It's
No,
just that
not
drugs are
bad. It's just
everywhere, especially among the teens.
drug dealers are bad, I guess, or I don't know. Although when we saw the meth head kitchen, I'm like, ooh, looks like my brew days when I bring beer.
I was going to say,
Because they're using brew pots, the same
don't say
freaking
you
pots I
recognize
use.
that. Looked familiar.
Yeah, it did look familiar. I wasn't putting Claritin in it or whatever in my beer, but it's brewing beer with natural grains and hops, Karen.
No artificial flavors or colors.
No artificial stuff. No pseudoephedrine. Yeah, I wasn't mad.
I liked it.
Hour and 25 minutes.
I think the beginning 3/4 is better than the last 1/4. I think there must have been some way to incorporate the folklore and how to get rid of the Wendigo. Windigo. You know what I mean? Like I would have liked to have seen something like that. Maybe there isn't any. I don't know. But there was certainly a way to call it. You would think there would be a way to get rid of it. And in the end, they did. But the grandmother didn't really let them know what was going to happen. They went through all this fighting to try to stop it when she had the answer all along and could have kind of helped them.
Yeah, because she was ready to go, Karen. We don't know how long she's been around.
A long time,
A
apparently.
long time. She's probably tired.
I would think so. I would be.
She can hardly walk around.
I always, in these movies, want more of the folklore explained to me. My hand held. And I know other people probably wouldn't like that, but I would have been okay with the grandmother having story time and really, because even one of the
There
other
was a
cast
little
members,
story
a little
time.
bit, but I would have liked more. One of the meth dealers said, that's what my grandfather used to talk about. Yeah, what did he say? Like, tell us.
Yes, one of the meth dealers appeared to be Native American.
Tell us. What did he say? And he said it a couple times. So I thought
He was a good
maybe
looking dude too. He was the best looking of the meth
he
heads.
was. The son was good looking too. I guess I like that look, but
Yeah, he's a good looking kid. Looking up stuff about the film, I've seen several headshots of his. He's got one with really long hair, one with short
ooh, I
hair.
probably like that.
Yes.
That beautiful black shiny hair. Good stuff. I think his
Aaron, he could be
personality's
your son. He's old enough to be your son.
I know. Doesn't mean I can't enjoy it.
Really?
I'm
Okay.
not doing anything. I'm saying
Remember that, Karen. Remember that, Karen, when next time I bring up something. But
I just said he's a good looking kid. I didn't say anything inappropriate like
you
you
said you
do.
could enjoy it.
I meant his charming looks. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Jeez. I guess what the word I should have used is appreciate, not enjoy. I can appreciate that he's a good looking kid.
All right, Karen. What cocktail rating would you like to give the Windigo with two eyes?
I'm going to say again, I really enjoyed it. I thought the Windigo was really well done.
That's the best part of the film, I think, Karen.
But that's the point. I think they took extra care in making that creepy, and it was creepy. And I know you like scarecrows and stuff, so there was some good stuff in there for
There
you.
was Scarecrows and the Windigo,
I enjoyed the acting. I
which is
thought,
badass because it's kind of like I think you mentioned it's kind of natural. It's got natural shit in it, and
yes,
it's
yeah, which makes it extra creepy. I thought I liked the strong female characters. I liked learning the folklore. I thought the casting was good. I'm going to go with a 3. You want to fight me on it, or are you going to agree?
No, I can get behind you on that, Karen.
So tell everyone what 3 stars means in our grading system.
Well, boys and girls, we rated on cocktails, which means it took us 3 cocktails to get through this. So it's not one cocktail because
one cocktail would be above and beyond. We have very few 1s and 2s. We have a lot of 3s and a few 4s and 5s. So it's a good movie.
And we would have more 5s if it were up to me. But and more 4s too. But Karen always persuades me with her feminine wiles.
Good to know. I think it's good. I think if you watch it, you'll enjoy it. I did not enjoy it. I enjoyed it.
No, I didn't. I that was, like I said, I wasn't mad. Of course, I didn't have to pay for it, but it's only on Amazon. I think it's $4.95 or something, $5.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Definitely wouldn't be mad even if I paid $4 for it or 5, whatever.
No, I wouldn't either. I would have kind of liked seeing it on a bigger screen than I was watching on my computer, but
yeah, it's well photographed for sure. It's easy on the eyes to watch.
Are you talking about the sun again, Karen?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the cinematography, Greg.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
I didn't notice the music, but was there suspenseful
of course, there was music. It was fine. I mean, I didn't make a note of it, which is probably a good thing. So what you expect? It's not stupid, but it's not exceptional either. It's not cheesy. It's what you would expect, I would say.
Before we go, I just had one question for you. What did you think of the point of view of the Wendigo? Did you like it?
I did.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about it until you just mentioned it.
I wanted to say, they'd used an interesting technique. It's kind of cool, though. No, it's an interesting technique to show the view.
Get the point of view, POV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. Especially the way they did it. It was good. Because it wasn't just POV, it had effects around it too. Mm-hmm. So, because there was, supernatural shit going on, boys and girls. Apparently.
It just goes back to our number 1 rule.
Which I didn't really like. I'm not sure I liked that. The combination of the Wendigo and the person.
Well, that was the power, though.
I know, but
that's what gets you in trouble.
I know, but there were times when, like the person is moving their hands and it's like they are there, but they're not there. They're in a completely another place. And yeah, I don't know.
And other times it didn't connect like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't consistent.
Go for all that, but
yeah,
whatever. All right. 3 cocktails.
Yeah, I'd say go see it if you can. Or stream it if you can.
Yeah, don't go see it. You can sit in your house and watch it.
You can go to your living room.
Go to your bedroom, put it up on your laptop. Like all those other POV.
They did have some good shadow work too, I'll say. I forgot about that too. I like that. But when that branch is hitting your window after you watch it, it's going to make you freak out a little bit.
The girl was a badass. Now that you brought that up, I just started thinking about the girl or a window and whatever. Yeah, yep. She don't fuck around, Karen.
Nope.
She will choke your ass out.
Yep.
Which came up later. So apparently she's a wrestler.
Choke you out.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think it was worth the watch.
Me too. I would like to make our listeners aware that we are doing a March Madness horror movie bracket. Okay. And when this review comes out, we're probably to the Elite 8, Karen.
Very exciting.
Yes, I can tell you at the time of this recording, every film has at least 1 vote. There might be some upsets. I'm just saying right now, I don't know. Is there
a Cinderella story brewing?
Yeah, Karen. I looked at the votes today and I'm like, ooh, it's like 2 minutes left and it's a close game. Upset alerts.
It's still early in the game. It's still early. That's the thing.
At the time we were recording this, there might be an upset.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, so check out our social medias and our website and
scaryspirits.com
all
or
that.
Scary Spirits Podcast on the social medias.
all that nonsense, and go vote. Pick your favorite horror films of the films Karen and I have ranked and bracketed. I think Karen's trying to talk her friends into knocking all my good films out.
You think?
So that she will win at the very end.
Hey, you got to be strategic.
It's just a feeling I have. I don't know
Or
why.
could it be a face post that you saw of mine? Could have been that.
No, I didn't. Did you have something?
Telling him to knock out your... No, of course not. What kind of girl you think I am, Gray? On that note...
One who wants to win.
I'm a delight, and you know it.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, boys and girls.
Thank you to the promoters of this film for bringing it to our attention and allowing us to view it.
Yes, absolutely.
Good time.
Enjoyed it.
Appreciate the heads up. It's kind of fun to see a new film. So I don't know if we would have noticed, seen this one because we usually go much further back in the archives. So it's fun to watch a new one.
Yeah, it is. Anything else, Karen?
Support movies, whether it's streaming services or your local movie theater.
Yeah,
Get out there and see a film.
Yeah, support your local mom at the pop theater if you have one. No, there's not many left. But
no, there are not. But even the bigger ones are struggling. So let's keep theaters alive.
And if there's some direct-to-video film, I would say support that too.
Absolutely.
Not everyone can get into a theater, boys and girls. Get their film out there.
Doesn't mean it's a bad film, though.
Doesn't.
I think it used to have more of a stigma. Now it doesn't so much.
All right. Anything else, Karen?
Please drink responsibly.
Yes.
Hey, it's Karen, and I'm here to talk to you about getting social with us. Did you know you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Scary Spirits Podcast? Or check out our website, scaryspirits.com. If you have something to say, email us at info@scaryspirits.com. And as always, thanks so much for listening. Please drink responsibly.